So on that note, I'm curious, COVID-19, I mean, the big, I wouldn't say gorilla in the room, the tiny microscopic, bacteria virus floating
Yeah.
around. What impact is that having on DealCheck's customer base?
We were actually surprised by how much investor uh, activity picked up in the last couple months. So we're kind of seeing steady growth up until March, up until the virus kind of took hold in the United States. And then there was a period of March, April where our growth was a little slower and we kind of saw less people analyzing properties, which I thought was going to continue actually, because I wasn't sure exactly how long this was going to last. But then right after the lockdowns ended in most states, June, July, our kind of activity and usage exploded actually. And I was very surprised. What that was telling me is that there is, I'm not sure exactly how the individual home buyer market has recovered, but as far as investors, there are a lot of people looking for undervalued properties and opportunities right now. There's probably going to be a wave of foreclosures, or just inventory sitting around not getting bought, especially for kind of single family markets. And at least from what I've seen and what I can derive from the usage of DealCheck is there's a lot of appetite from investors to pick up properties because they either expect prices to drop, or this would be a good time to buy. And we were very surprised. I actually thought we were about to go into a slug for quite a few months, until things settle down. But based on what I've seen, there is a lot of demand, at least from investors.
We're seeing that too, especially on the private equity side. I mean, I've got my own family office where we have 400 units that we own directly, and then thousands of units through syndications and JVs and things we've set up. And then on the Bluefield side too, we're buying real estate. We're surprised at how much people are willing to pay. And I'm trying to develop my view
Yeah.
of where the market is heading. I don't know if it's FOMO right now. I don't know, because the stock markets have recovered so much, the craziest decline and bounce in history, that's
Yeah.
created this capital where people are willing to pile into real estate. Whether real estate is a safe haven right now, um, are you seeing prices across the board increase, or are you just seeing usage and volume increase? Or are you actually seeing
I
prices increase too?
No, I wouldn't say we're seeing a lot of price increase. We're specifically seeing a lot of kind of usage and activity. So I'm not sure, and I've kind of looked at our own portfolio of properties. I definitely don't think the real estate, prices kind of skydived or anything like that. It's hard to say, with real estate, everything is a little delayed where prices are going to go for the rest of the year. I would be surprised if there would be a big drop. If anything, I would expect kind of a plateau to modest increase. It's at least from my understanding, looking at our own portfolio and just kind of sales trends. Um,
For someone
so
who's got excess capital sitting on the sidelines right now, is now the buying opportunity of a lifetime? Is now a time to be cautious and careful? How do you view the opportunities for individual real estate investors?
Well, to be quite honest with you, I was never a big believer in timing the market, especially for real estate. If I had friends and family that were asking me, "Hey, is this a good time to buy?" I would usually say yes. It's better to buy than just to sit around. So if somebody asked me that question today, do I think this is an opportunity of a lifetime? Probably not. I don't think the real estate prices have dropped significantly in the last few months. But is this a good time to buy? I would probably say yes. I generally tend to have a long-term outlook on real estate purchases. So if you're buying for private wealth building or cash flow with kind of a time horizon of 10, 20 years, maybe never selling these properties, yes, I do think right now is a good time to buy. But so was it last year, frankly. But that might be a little different than your philosophy with, the private funds where you might have a little more turnover of your assets. I kind of tend to have a more long-term
Yeah, I think
outlook.
I think it's very dependent on location and also the asset class. So multifamily, I think, is an absolutely solid investment opportunity. However, I question multifamily within certain hot sectors, locations like San Francisco, for example. I have my own portfolio here as
Yes.
family rentals, and I am seeing units take forever to get filled up with occupancy rates pretty low. I'm seeing rents drop a lot for single family, one bedrooms and studios. Prices for larger units somehow are increasing, maybe because, there aren't enough of them. But other
Right.
asset classes like office and retail are in danger, and then office assets like warehouses that we're also investors in are just really, really strong.
This is the PropTech VC podcast. We give you unique insights into how innovative technologies are disrupting real estate. We interview top entrepreneurs, investors, and knowledgeable experts to share the inside scoop in this fast-moving industry. It's hosted by leading PropTech VC, Zain Jaffer.